Welcome one and all to TimCon Land for the first Eggwp played weekly duel tournament. It's all European affair. It's $50 on the line, and it's going to be going on for quite a while. My name's GMT, as ever, and I'm joined for the first time by Mr. Capelli, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, which I'm almost certain.
Yeah, well, you're not, but I'm not actually surprised. I'm just used to that pronunciation myself. So yeah, good day.
Right. Great to have you on board. You're going to be doing this series for a long time. TimCon's going to be running the first couple of streams. And you know, you're going to become a very familiar face, I'm sure, to the viewers in the future. We've quite an interesting cup coming up today because the God Emperor has not signed up as far as I'm aware. I'm going to quickly check. But I do believe that we are lacking an agent, which is interesting because it means the likes of Distant Light, of Karvik, of even maybe Skooky, Recruit 91, all these very capable players, Danchez as well, actually, I need to point out, they have a much better chance than usual to actually take a tournament down. And well, as much as I love watching Agent, and well, it's just as well that I do because I do it an awful lot. Without him in the mix, things are a little bit less predictable. As far as I'm aware, we are looking at a straight double elimination bracket with the seeding mostly being determined by the matchmaking scores, which is a very, very different look to how things are typically done. Requires a little bit of technology, requires someone with a brain, you know, behind the scenes to make that work. Not something we have at TimCon Land, but the Eggwp played weekly is going to be it's going to be a much more technical affair. So our first match, we're looking at Vigor versus Ab Chamo, sort of a more medium skilled match, but I think they should be quite close together. Are you familiar with these players, Capelli?
Not much, but I am familiar with Danchez back in the Quake days as well, and I have actually met him live, I believe, yeah, last year in May when I did the Gaming Lodge Helsinki Finland tournament in Quake Champions for the Finnish Duel tournament.
Mm-hmm.
And it was on my own channel. I streamed it in English in any case because my own channel is just basically in English. But like Danchez, back then and even now, what I've actually seen him play in Diabotical is just a fantastic player.
Yeah, he absolutely is. He's such an aggressive player. I really love him in team games as well. But you know, in duel, he pushes people so hard, and yeah, he's got to be one of the more entertaining players to watch. I think also single elimination. Sorry, Lasnik. I did mean to say that. I knew that. My mouth didn't. So because this is like the Zotac Cups of old, which is it feels like just yesterday, but it was actually a decade ago at this point. But yeah, the Zotac Cups were a lot of fun and were sort of the bread and butter of Quake Live competition. And you know, if this can reach similar heights, it's going to be something quite special indeed. Yeah, so the other players I would really want to point out, as well as Danchez, who I think is probably odds on the second best player here. Karvik being number one, the recent TTS champion, but I think Danchez, if he was ever going to take down a duel tournament, this would be it.
Yeah.
But here we are on Casbah. It is the pick of of nobody at the moment. We're not into it. I do believe this is so best of one. And so they've banned down to Casbah is what I meant to say. It's the rat map these days with Perilous gone. It is a little bit slower, a little bit more cerebral. I think it's got to be one of there's a reason this is one of the maps that came over from the old pool. Of course, we cut a lot for the likes of Overgrowth and Amberfall and Monolith, and yeah, it's the one that's probably stood the test of time the best. Here we are, though, on board with Vigor to start with. I play with Great Rockets, one of the only Estonians I know in Arena FPS as well. Every esport seems to have one. And he's, delaying the red. That's going to be clashing with the Mega pretty hard, by design, of course. First pincer though. Comes out from Abcham. So Mega will be first. Whether Abchamo knows that or not is the question here. And no, he's actually still at the red. They're going to fight over it. Vigor's on top. Yeah. And, ooh, actually it goes the way of Abchamo there. I thought that Vigor, you know, he would have had the timings of both items, but he sort of fluffed the execution of that. Zoom Rocket's not going to save you versus a pincer at that range. Red going to Vigor once again. As Abchamo desperately needs... Well, he would love the top blue. He's not going to get that. And when is he going to get out with his life? I don't think so. Does a lot of damage, but Vigor does take the frag and should claim the Mega. This is some shaky shot from Vigor. He's looking like me. Not even on the stack. Upper blue, all that's up. Mega red clash. One frag to the good, but Vigor's a pretty aggressive player, generally speaking, and yeah, maybe you shouldn't be all the time, and these rockets from Abchamo. I'm really surprised that went how it did, but the end result actually not that different to how things were supposed to go. Vigor collects the red, he's going to collect the Mega as well. Lower blue for Abchamo, but I don't know, this is a pretty bad look for him actually. A lot went right there, still unable to get on the items. Now the stacks get reasonably close, Vigor just dives on top of the shaft, doesn't care at all. Grenades, always a problem with this new alt fire though, and Abchamo equalizes.
Some very good pincers actually from Abchamo there. Pretty accurate enough. Ooh, look at that. Vigor is actually down to half HP, and Abchamo this time does have the stack advantage in control.
And you can see he's willing to push it.
Yeah.
You know, Vigor's pushes, I think, were a little bit more haphazard. I think Abchamo's a slightly more reserved player. Very experienced player as well. Not someone that, you know, is a favorite to win a tournament or even necessarily get into those top 4 or 5 positions. But he plays in so many. He practices a lot. This is one of those players that should, in weeks or months' time, be making that progress, and I think that he will. And of course, a very competent player, just not quite on that elite level yet. But even this, I feel like this is quite nice reserved play. Doesn't make too much of a fuss. Shoots some grenades. Hopes to get a bit lucky, but understands his position is fine, whether he gets that red or not. And that's a mature play. Unfortunate to give away the Mega here, though, and shouldn't have gone in. Shouldn't have gone in, unfortunately.
Yeah, Chamo was pretty ambitious enough for that push. He just realized, I have hit 2 pincers in a row. That's already like 145 damage. I might as well just push him for him, but didn't much realize when the Mega was going to spawn for Vigor.
Yeah.
Realized it was at least 100 stack more.
Exactly. And it's just about got on that pillar, actually. Kind of saved him from getting hit there. It's really hard, I find, in Arena FPS Duel to change your plan on the fly. Like, he was convinced, I'm going to hit this pincer, I take this fight, and then I push, and it's all golden. And then something goes wrong, but you don't quite manage to pull yourself out of the plan when you need to. You need to adapt constantly, and it is really tricky. I know I have absolutely no discipline when I play, so terrible things happen. Vigor, though, with the damage out.
You tell me. Oh, wow.
That was superb stuff. A couple of rockets. Pincer as well. Clinical. 3-1. 6 minutes remain. And Vigor with 200. This is a monster stat.
Oh, what a push.
That's-
Chamo indeed had no chance whatsoever there with his 150 stack over there.
Yeah. It just looked a little bit too easy for Vigor. Some good damage coming out of Chamo though. See what he can make happen as he dances atop the pillars, looking like something out of Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. But Vigor, you know, he gets the item. He's got better position on the red. Abcham is just looking for damage here, and he's doing a good job, actually. Things aren't getting too out of hand, but ooh, that puts the cat amongst the pigeons, and I think he's going to have to back away for a little bit. Okay, even stacks, reversed. 100, 200 for Vigor, 200, 100 for Abchamo. That lower blue, though, helps a lot, but the shaft up the jump pad. Vigor does so much more damage there.
Total 144 stack just drained because of that shaft.
Made a little bit in the way. And this is kind of the story, the really strong pushes that end in frags. That's all Vigor. Abchamo's finding damage, and he's not really hemorrhaging frags as badly as he could be, but he's also just not getting on these items.
Oh, you do not want to be down there. Yep, there we go. Abchamo, especially with that lower stack, was just a lower ground in any case. Against those rockets, you do not want to be down there. Well, you get some good damage on the next life, though. Vigor quickly revokes that damage with that 100 armor pickup, and they actually both died, didn't they?
Yeah, the mutual frag.
Yeah.
And I think that's gotta favor Chamo, as he already has position on the red. Vigor though with the lower blue, and oh, Chamo springs the trap.
The sneak behind.
That was lovely stuff from him, and yeah, still secures that major item. Is now in position for the mega. This is a great opportunity for Abchamo, and he can absolutely make up these 3 frags in the remaining time. Goes up a red. The shaft damage wasn't amazing, but still keeps Vigor honest here, and takes enough stack off him that he can't really charge himself. Abchamo though getting whittled down little by little. Has to hide behind the pillar, and you want to back up onto the mega there, but he doesn't feel comfortable. Backs off to upper blue. And I don't know if he has time for this. I think maybe it was time to gamble.
There could be, but he does have the red there instead, but the damage just before he picks up the red was just a large amount. And the chef will quickly finish that off, even with that high amount of armor.
I would have liked to have seen an all-in play, I think, from Chamo onto that mega instead. He does get the red, has no health to back it up, though, and 7-3 with 30 seconds to go. It feels a whole lot worse to me than what could have been. Ten seconds remaining in regulation time. Vigor has no reason to be aggressive here. He can just wait until Abchamo's golden frag is up. Now, activated the golden frag. Vigor just needs 1, and looks like he's ready for a push up against the mega health, though. Even with high ground, yeah, I don't think Vigor's going to commit. Maybe he will. He's a madman. Like, when you could have just backed up onto upper blue that entire time, he instead does that. It's interesting. I'm not too sure if it's advised, but we'll have to see if he can make a good defense of this red. He's going to be sitting pretty. Oh, no damage so far.
Oof.
Well, one rocket. Dear Lord. Vigor doing what Vigor does, and that was a good game indeed. I quite enjoyed that one. You know, not the highest level of game we're going to see today, but pretty solid.
Yeah, that was certainly Vigor's map. I mean, I gotta already tell the fast movement and everything made the control solid, especially against Chamo's, how would I say, more passive gameplay, I would say, because he was just waiting there to hit two pincers, and even with that lower stack, if he hit those pincers, he's just gonna go for a push.
Right. Yeah, Vigor did just look just that little bit sharper. I think more decisive as well is actually what I would attribute a lot of that to. Just Vigor actually committed himself to certain pushes, which can go wrong, but that's arena FPS. You know, you've got to you got to bet on yourself. You've got to uh, you've just got to say, I'm going to hit my shot sometimes. And yeah, Vigor absolutely did. Pretty impressive display. And I hope we get to see a little bit more of him later today. I'm sure we will. We are going to go to a very short break, though, as we wait for our second game. We'll be right back in a few. Hello and welcome back to the Egg Well Played Weekly. We are about to get into a quarters, I believe, best of three. Yeah, it is. Quarters best of three between Distant Light and Karvik. Honestly, probably my two favorites for the entire tournament. So the fact that they're meeting here, I think, is to do with Distant Light's very deflated duel ranking in comparison with his actual skill. This should be I mean, this is what I would have predicted for the grand finals if I was seeding it myself. So this is going to be a very good match indeed. And let's talk about the pick bans as they happen. Distant Light's going to get rid of Casbah. Karvik gets rid of both Amberfall and Amber, but that doesn't work with the bot. Don't worry. He's got rid of Amberfall, which leaves us with Skybreak, Overgrowth, Monolith, Bioplant, and Raya. I think Karvik's got to love Raya, being such a rail heavy player. He doesn't get Bioplant, which is typically his go-to, as Distant Light removes that. But yeah, I think if you're Karvik, you've got to love Raya. Oh, there's some confusion. It's quite a unique system this tournament's running, where a bot handles all of the administration bits, which is super cool and seems to be working a treat. Also, big shout out to Nico for the raid. Appreciate that. Thanks for playing as well. Been a while since I've spoken to Nico. He's a good lad. Hope you're doing well. We are going to be going to Skybreak as our first map, I believe. And then I'm thinking, people are a little bit funny about Overgrowth and Amberfall at the moment because they are quite complicated maps. And so I don't think we're seeing them picked nearly as much as the likes of Raya and Monolith even. Just waiting on these. It all got a bit confusing. We're going to Overgrowth.
Overgrowth.
Going to Skybreak. And that leaves us with either Hasbar, Raya, or Monolith for the decider. I think if you're... Oh, it's going to be Raya. Sorry, yeah. I like that for Karvik. I think this is a really good pull for him, actually. Skybreak, Overgrowth, and Raya in that order. All done by a bot. It's quite impressive. And we're about to get into this. Distant Light is a player that's been very active recently, always finishes well. His first tournament result, though, I believe was his best. I think he got second to Agent in a TimCon Monthly or something like that. Karvik, though, slightly different beast, has been very consistently in the top 4, usually top 2 in European Duel and Diabotical. And of course, the reigning Test Tournament Series Duel champion. That was for the December Duel, where he even took down Agent in the grand finals, which is no mean feat, and in fact, something that has never been done before or since, as far as I'm aware. We will be getting into this very shortly. I'm interested to see Skybreak especially because this is a map where the meta has been developing quite rapidly. It started out being a very quick map and has since slowed down. We're seeing really, really cagey affairs where people don't commit to almost anything. And that's crazy to think, coming from a player like Karvik, who is typically so aggressive, and Distant Light's got a little bit about him like that as well. So I think the Skybreak is going to be quite telling as to how this series will go. But I'm loving the fact that we go to rare for a map 3, just because Karvik's pincer on that map is going to be absolutely disgusting.
I haven't seen much of Karvik play, but I've seen bits here and there of Distant Light just playing. But I just cannot remember what tournament it was.
There's been a few, and they all kind of look the same, don't they?
Pretty much, when you're just talking about Duel, they are just pretty much the same.
Yeah, which is probably not, the best thing to say as a tournament organizer, that all we do is the same thing over and over again, but I do believe it's the truth. Tim Conlan is anything but innovative. This is going to be such a high-level game for this tournament. It really doesn't get too much better than this. I mean, okay, there's no Dazzletor, there's no Agent, there's no... who else would I put up there? I mean, hopefully we see Denchaz in a bit. But Distant Light and Karvik is about as good as it gets in Europe for Diabotical Duel. And here we go on Skybreak. I'm on board with Distant Light to begin. He's going to be collecting the blue, the rocket, the pincer, and the red. And then we may do the classic fight at shaft. We'll have to see. Yeah, here it is. As always. Through the tally, of course.
Karvik was much expecting that, but the damage by Distant Light is just marvelous. He has to fall back.
And that's going to be Mega as well. Hits a pincer for good measure. Distant Light with the dream start here on Skybreak. Gives up a red, probably, though. If Karvik commits anyway. Yeah, he will. Okay. Distant Light is now trailing on stack, and you can see a little bit of frustration in his movement.
But he is still well stacked, and a bit more stacked than Distant Light at least. Oh, sorry, I was actually looking at him. I was looking at the wrong goddamn person here, but yeah, there we go. First frag for Karvik. Now, indeed, Distant Light, the spawn stack is quickly revoked completely by those shaft hits and the pincer finish.
I love the 1 damage pincers. They're my favorite.
Yeah.
What, just maximum overkill. Here's Karvik committing with the shaft. Not hitting a great deal, though. Has to switch to his more favored pincer as they fight through the smoke.
Especially with the plasma, that's going to get very nasty for Karvik there. He does get the Mega.
That stream dead, Adam. Pushing in here with the rockets. Welcome back if you can now indeed hear us. Twitch servers are a little bit strange, and well, there's not really much we can do about it. We're just gonna bear with us, and hopefully we get to see the rest of this duel tournament uninterrupted. Karvik with the damage that he needs to hit. It was next shot wins, and Karvik hits it 4-0 up now, and giving up a red. I surely distant light, pick up that red. There we go. Scared me. Look at Karvik. He's always ready with this pincer. His damage output is among the finest in the world, bar none. Hey, streamer's back. All right.
There we go. This is on a pretty decent stack. Karvik's about the same, just reversed.
We will go a bit quiet. New look Skybreak. This is how people play it now.
Yeah. Karvik, especially with that sneaky movement. Distant does push for it, however, with both Wii balls out.
The direct saves Karvik here. If he didn't hit that, he would have been in trouble.
Still does get a bit of stack. Distant Light barely has, I think, a bit more health, but Karvik obviously has the 160 armor.
Yeah. And he's going to put that to use now, I think. He drops down onto the red. Okay, didn't get quite the bead on him he wanted with that shaft and disengages. Pays for it with a pincer in the back. Karvik, realizing that Mega was unsafe, grabs it as soon as is possible, backs up to the YA. What was a bit of an iffy moment and giving away a major item is actually turned around for Karvik quite nicely. Oh, but the rocket!
Oh, no.
It stuns Karvik, he can't hit the shaft and has to switch. Mutual frag, red coming up. Who's got the better spawn? It's going to be Karvik.
If rockets and pincers, but Distant Light's shaft does actually finish him off quite well. Karvik's just barely on the red. Distant Light does get a good pincer right when Karvik's on the red, and look at that push on the other side of the map. 14 HP remaining, however. Yeah, Karvik got a very, very good spawn. Like immediately aggressive on Distant Light just before he could get the yellow armor.
Distant Light trailing on the stack until he picks up Mega, but the pincer that brings things very close, and I think that, yeah, Karvik's got the better position for the YA. Red and blue clash, but not for another 10 seconds. And I feel like it's Karvik's game to lose at this point, but all the shaft was so much better from Distant Light, but he's got pincered, and that is a absolute killer. All that hard work he did in that shaft fight, undone in an instant.
Yeah. And just like that, not even 10 seconds have passed, Karvik's actually back to almost 200 stack there.
Yeah.
We're pretty much over it, but Distant Light's rocket just mitigated that stack a little bit.
Karvik looking for the damage here on the red, can't really commit for it himself. You can see he takes a pot shot, runs away, and is probably, yeah, thinking about the blue. Probably thinking about the YA as well, but that could be dangerous. Thank you very much to NVC for the raid.
Rocket barely misses even with splash.
Distant Light just falls. I don't think he meant to. But Karvik apparently just can't hit shaft today. That looks so weak from him. 33% is not what you expect from one of Europe's finest aimers. This is scrappy. In fact, I can't believe I'm watching Karvik right now. That was really bad.
It was also a bit cornered there for the Mega, but like it was a bit higher ground as well, so he just got the cover out of the Mega platform. Oh, but look at that distance. Comes from above with the shaft, and it's a great pincer finish. Making that 4-7. Oh, but Karvik from spawn quickly makes a very, very aggressive push. A lot of damage on himself, even with those own rockets.
Oh!
And the pincer will quickly finish that off. Wow.
One damage pincer rearing its ugly head once again. Distant Light's very much in this. 2 frags to make up. 2.5 minutes to do it in. Big rocket and a second. Distant Light makes the frag. But left weak. 59 HP, no armor. Mega is up before red. Does Karvik know though? He might not. Has he given Distant Light an opportunity here? Needed to hit that pincer, but Distant Light doesn't commit to the Mega. Instead wants to circle back to the red, I think. Or no, okay, it's a juke. He's just creating enough uncertainty. Karvik has to go one way or the other, and either way, Distant Light gets a major.
Yeah, the score was a 0-5 for Karvik. Suddenly 6-7. Still for Karvik, but like Distant Light has been making a great comeback here. They're just got the control back slowly but surely. And even now he's at around 280 stack. Dealing solid damage on Karvik. Karvik eventually does get the mega, but it's a bit cornered there. Amount of damage with the chef, 288. Quickly gonna revoke that mega completely. Distant Light though does get very good control over the red armor.
Yeah, it's a nice position for him, this. Mutual pincer hit favors Distant Light in a big way. 5 seconds till this mega. Distant Light knows where Karvik is. Okay, the rest of the race to the red here is going to be absolutely huge. Distant Light does get a bead on Karvik though. The shaft looking strong, hitting 42% in this duel, but Karvik with the pincer. If I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. He's made it happen once again on the way. Can go back to the red. With 2 frags to the good, 20 seconds till golden frag. This is just lovely stuff from Karvik. It's a great position to be in.
Yeah, I could almost feel Distant Light's finger just like pressing too late on the pincer as he was already dead by Karvik's itchy trigger finger.
Oh, and this could be it. The rocket's not bad, but the MG is there. Karvik moves on. Distant Light is out. No, it's best of 3. He's in.
He's in.
But Skybreak goes to Karvik. I'm a professional. I never get things wrong. What are you talking about? All right. We go to Overgrowth. One of the newer maps, well, one of the newest maps, really, was, I want to say, I could be wrong, I think it was the overall winner of the dual mapping contest. So it's, you know, a very revered map by the mapping contest judges, and we've been seeing a fair bit of it. I don't think it's been as popular as Rare in tournaments, but we have seen a decent amount. And before, people are still trying to get their heads around because it's so very complex. But this one, people are grasping, people are enjoying a lot. Of course, there is a void cannon, which you love to see.
Great entry by Karvik already there. I don't know if he didn't pick up the mega. There it is, in fact. Went for an aggressive push immediately against Distant Light, gets both red and mega there, and gets another frag on Distant Light. Once again for the red. Distant Light's trying to get some damage against him so that the red doesn't actually give him too much stack.
Karvik playing pretty passive, just shows up to the item, sits on it.
Yeah, he's very early on.
Distant Light needs to sort something out here. Karvik stack, just 2. Very cagey affair so far. Red for Karvik. Nice damage. There's something wrong with his shaft today, though. Hitting 25%? That's not. It's not what we expect from Karvik. But his rocket's still okay. His pincer's okay. He's doing fine.
Yeah. With continuous fire, his aim seems to be a bit shaky, but like, yeah, he does hit his pincers quite well as those rockets. Here comes the distance voice cannon. Does some damage. Trying to get some hits with it, but to a little extent.
Right, so I gotta address the chat for a second here. I'm shit talking cricket. But it's a fantastic sport. I'm not having this. Alright? Not in the Tim Conland chat. Especially if you enjoy my line about this being for the Ashes. You cannot badmouth the cricket. Distant Light gets on the board. It's just not cricket. It's just not. The Void Cannon's pretty whack. The fire rate on it's nuts these days.
The Distant Light does actually manage to get a frag. In fact, it get the Mega. Karvik, I'm pretty sure he just got the raid for himself.
He did, yeah.
Ooh. She deals some pretty solid damage. But again, the controls with Mega at least is back to Karvik as well.
Oh.
The damage with the Void Cannon is immense though by Distant Light.
That's really changed things. Karvik has to be that much more careful or not. He goes in. 93 damage
93.
blind through the smoke. Distant Light. Let's go.
Oh, what the air rocket. 90 degrees right above him.
We need the last 30 seconds of this game in a Twitch clip right now. Distant Light putting on a show.
He is hitting those Void Cannon shots especially. Around 90 damage. Karvik is just quite literally staggered with that shaft over there, and Distant Light does get the red. Ooh, returning rockets by Karvik though, both hit directly. Completely revoked distance stack. Once again, he both are low health, but Karvik seemed to finally hit some better shaft this time. His aim wasn't too shaky.
Maybe he's just not a morning person. This tournament did start slightly earlier than most. Okay. Some people don't get up early.
Yeah, pretty much myself included. Ooh.
I'm a morning man myself. I'm always up at about 6. Absolute latest.
Damn.
Always have been. Probably always will be.
Karvik was down to 7 HP that time. He was just about to get the Mega for himself. Distant Light just... He sure loves that Void Cannon, I'll be damned. He very much excels with the accuracy.
Yeah.
Still trying to hunt Karvik down with those shots. Karvik sure has to watch out for them because Distant is very accurate with it. That's a very good finisher on him. I believe Distant Light's just pulled. At least now, he just picked up the red, much higher stack. Yeah, Karvik's just trying to be careful here not to get obliterated by too many Void Cannon blasts. Oh, but Distant comes around with the shaft and they missed a pincer instead. Now rockets downstairs. It's gonna look very, very nasty for Distant as he misses all of those downstairs on Karvik.
I think the clock is Distant Light's main enemy at this point.
Pretty much is. Yeah, I could already even see Carwick is just trying to play this safe.
Oh,
okay. Distant Light.
A little bit ambitious with the prediction rocket there. Didn't come off for him.
Carwick is still trying to play it safe, although I can't actually tell from that last frag he attempted to get. He got fragged himself. He had control of the other half of the map. Well, probably still has even. Got the Mega. Oh, and through the smoke.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he didn't really have anywhere to go.
No.
You know, the rocket splash damage is going to hit you in smoke or not. Carvick needs to hit here in order to stay alive, I think. Or maybe not. Just about manages to squeeze out. Distant Light needs, I think, to make the next frag. If Carvick gets another, I think it will be curtains. So far, so good for the Polish player, though. Avoiding... Oh, not avoiding the Void Cannon, actually, and eating a serious amount of damage.
It's very, very ambitious here.
Will be up. Taken by Distant Light. Any second now, I'm sure. There we go. Mega for Carvick. 5 frags to make up, 1 minute and 10. Distant Light. This is for your tournament life. See what you can do. Carvick pushes in, hits a pincer, and gets away scot-free. Slow Weeble up. Doesn't really connect, though, and his shaft. Oh, why is it so bad today? Oh, no. Distant Light. Making this close. No. Hits the pincer. I'm sure he's about to collect the red as well. And he is still in this.
He's still very much, but he's actually lower on health card. We just picked up the Mega. Distant indeed. Instead needs some smaller health pickups. I would have actually had the pincer up there, but oh, 30 damage is still something. Carwick though, trying to get the red, does get it, but with such a low health, it's not going to make much of a difference against your protection.
Yeah, the thing though is that it prevented Distant Light from getting it. He's now going to come in, hits the shotgun, but a direct rocket from Carvick. Ooh, Distant Light still though looking good.
Wow.
45% shaft. Can we talk about that for a second? This is absolutely nuts from Distant Light. I was ready to write him off, but he keeps on going, and he's still got 1 minute and 10 to go. Really put Carvick in an awkward position now. Red is next. Jumping down onto the shaft. Really, the rocket's so looking decent from Carvick. Distant Light switches to the shotgun. Alt fire doesn't connect. Neither does the pincer. The splash from the rockets does not deny the red. And Carvick is now where Distant Light was just 10 seconds ago, but he's going to get the Mega as well. And this is a horrible position for Distant Light now.
This time limit has been hit. Carwick's just there to get the golden frag.
There we go. Carvick moves on to the semi-finals, which I don't think is a surprise, but maybe the fashion in which he did it was a little bit of a surprise, as Distant Light looked a very, very strong player. Now, if this were double Elim, I'd say I'm excited to see him in the future, but this is single Elim, so get fucked and goodbye. So that's what we're going with. Right. Adam, is the thing prepared? Wonderful. Upcoming next week, it is DreamHack Community Clash Duel presented by TimCon. $750, the finest European jewelers available. We are going to put a link to that in the chat right now, and by we, I mean me. It's going to be a great event, and we're really, really just elated to be working with DreamHack, who of course, we all know. And then the week after that, the Sunday after, we have the TimCon Community Clash 2v2. It's a great mode. It's slightly underexplored, and we've got $1,250 up for grabs. It's going to be something special. So do get yourself signed up, and if not, just make a note so that you can tune in week and 2 weeks time. We'll be going to a short break while we wait for our next match. You stay right here though, and we'll see you in a sec. Hello and welcome back. We're still waiting on a game, but we decided we're gonna talk and try and entertain you, which I think the best way to do is by talking about the goings on in the world of Diabotical. So to give you a little idea of the stream you're watching now, this is the Eggwp Weekly Cup, in the same vein as Zotac Cups have passed in those halcyon days of 2010. It's going to be every week, $50 plus donations. It's really, really well run. The admin side of things is actually wild because there's this bot that does everything. It's amazing. Also going on, got to give a shout out to the, as always, the Dash bracket, which I believe will be going on next Thursday. We also have the Diabotical District ongoing stuff. Go check those guys out. And the Tim Trials League. The first what would you even call it? The first round of the league yesterday. VOD will be uploaded to our YouTube soon. It's currently on the Twitch broadcast. And that's quite a novel system. So it's one race map for 1 hour with a lobby of players. They just go at it, and they never see the map before the competition goes live. That's the real X factor. It's quite something. So I do suggest you checking that out. Is there anything else to talk about in the world of Diabotical? I'm not sure. Do we know anything, boys? DreamHack again. DreamHack Community Clash Duel next Sunday, 12 p.m. GMT start, and the Sunday after that, DreamHack Community Clash 2v2, including a Perilous with a power-up on it. Who would have thought? We're very, very proud to be working with DreamHack, and we're looking forward to a great deal. So if you aren't signed up already for either the Duel or the 2v2, get on that, and of course, be sure to watch it. We'll be here at TimConLAN. No, it will be on DreamHack Community Clash's Twitch channel next Sunday. So we should probably post a link to that. But I don't have it at hand. Sure one of the good members of the production team will get on. Just waiting at the moment on our next match. It's going to be the winner of Trulzy versus Katos versus Recruit 91. Now, Recruit 91 is a player that grinds a hell of a lot and has beaten both Nico and Vigor to get here, which is pretty difficult. He 14-1'd Nico, and then he 2-0'd Vigor in map score. So, yeah, Recruit 91 looking pretty hot, and I think the last person left that can really give Karvik a bit of a run for his money. Trulzy Katos, we're still waiting on. Hopefully, we can either get in their current game or it is actually... Oh, it's over. We might have a game, ladies and gents.
Ooh, fantastic.
Here we are, Recruit 91 versus Trulzy. We are actually going to be playing a video game soon, boys. Or at least watching other people play a video. Joy of joy. Amberfall, gone. It's over.
Yeah, I do like the Discord bot on the Discord server, just like even editing the previous message, just like overlining Amberfall if it gets banned, or highlighting any map that just gets picked and everything like that. That's fantastic.
It is pretty crazy.
It's like some of us were a bit skeptical on how technical things with this bot would actually work, but it's actually working pretty good.
Yeah, I was I was ready for at least this first week to be a little bit of a mess.
Yeah.
Not, and that's to say nothing of the abilities of Lasnik, who's behind this whole thing. Quite the opposite. But it's going incredibly smoothly. Like this is ideal. So we in previous tournaments, so the TTS qualifiers were done on Smash GG, where I could jump in with their chat where they talk about pick bans. And then get the code from there. But this all being inside Discord and the way that it's presented is a lot easier to use. It's really quite amazing. So big shout outs to Lasnik, not only for organizing the thing, but also for innovating and changing the game with regards to administration. We are just waiting for Trollsy now to ban his map. It's going to be another best of 3 coming your way in this, the semi-finals. I'm going to put in my order for a burrito now. When shall I have it? I'm thinking 2:30. 2 hours 20? Yeah, be fine.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, I'm going to have a great day. Bioplan is gone. We might not see an Amber Fall today. And I don't blame people because I can't get my head around that map. It's absolutely gorgeous. I think it's probably very complicated and good for that reason, but it is a maze. Recruit has typed some Cyrillic. I'm going to put it in the chat. Someone tell me what that means, please. Probably your our producer Adam may well be Britain's greatest mind. He's got to be up there. Can you translate that?
Not really, even though I just live. Oh.
Jeez, he's got a big brain.
It's funny how Tools didn't even write the in the Cyrillic letters, but rest is actually there in the Russian letters.
All right, we're going to Skybreak. Where else we go? So just keep everyone updated. The next edition of this tournament will be next Saturday. Usually it runs on a Sunday, but Lasnik very kindly wanted to avoid clashing with the DreamHack community clash stuff, so that we don't have to split viewers and players and whatever. We just, we get to do both events, and yeah, very appreciative of that as well. We're still going to Skybreak. And we go to Rhea, which means Monolith, Overgrowth, or indeed Casbah will be the decider. It's not going to be Monolith. It's not going to be Casbah. It will be Skybreak, Rhea, followed by Overgrowth for the decider. Ooh, I'm not too sure what to think of this one. I really do favor Recruit, but Troll's very consistent tournament player has it in him to have a big result. I think one day, sooner rather than later. But this could be a big ask, as Recruit 91 is a grinder, one of the most prolific players in the game, as far as I'm aware. And yeah, we'll have to see. New maps as well, sort of changes things up. Maybe we're going to see some unexpected results on account of that. we have...
Oh, no.
Just have a word. How dare they keep out the voice of Diabotical? How dare they? I'm in. Here we go. Actual video games. Can you believe it? I can't.
This is fantastic. We waited for around 15 minutes and then you're not even let in.
Arena FPS, mate. It's...
Yeah.
The players have all the power. We just have to beg to let us watch like mad voyeurs. Recruit versus Trulzy. Let's see. This is, of course, semi-final. Winner goes to grand final where they get to fight for that $50 pool. It is winner takes all as far as I'm aware. So the pressure is on.
Game starts in 3, 2, 1. Fight.
Here we are then. On board with Recruit 91. Got to be the favorite for the series. He's moving around with a purpose right now, and the damage is huge off that rocket shaft as well. Trulzy needs to back out of there, and well, he's just in a horrible position now. He's not on the blue. Red isn't safe. I think there's even maybe a call for Recruit. He should have been pushing the YA during this time, but you know, he's going to get to have that fight now. Still with the stack advantage. Blaster though, doing a huge amount of damage. Jumps to the Mega. Trulzy picks it up, and Recruit, Dizzy snatched death from the jaws of life. Not yet, but that was not how I expected that to go. Recruit pushing, but Trulzy on that Mega once again. Oh dear, oh dear.
It's a pretty neat entry of finally when Recruit got the right there. He was confident enough to make it push on Tools when Mega wasn't even spawning anymore. Now he's in fact Tools is at like 105 stack right now.
And nothing to sniff at.
No.
It was a strange little moment. He wide peeked a corner and then just hit a pincer sort of in the open. And back to where? Quite liked it. Recruit on the red. All right, we're back. Sorry about that, boys and girls and everybody else. I've been, you know, I feel like I need to stop using ladies and gentlemen and boys and girls. I was trying to think of the best phrase to come up with. And what I've got at the moment, I'm going to trial it out now. Tell me in the chat what you think. Hello, everyone, anyone, and you. That's my new, all very inclusive greeting. I think it's gold. Fruit. Oh, tries to sneak around. Trulzy with the biggest stack now. See what he can do with it. 2-1. This is still very close indeed.
Very good splash damage by Recruit there, just ensuring the Mega is actually his. Tools, he just has to control the red side of the map instead. Recruit actually just sneaking by.
Quite quiet for a sky break.
Yeah, very much. They are controlling respective sides of the map.
Oh,
Ooh. Here comes some damage by Tulsi though. Tries to make a pusher for himself. Both get very much damage on each other. Spencer's even hit. Tulsi's still trying to make a push for it. 1 HP.
oh,
And there we go. Chef will totally finish that off. But Tulsi, oh man. Recruit hitting that rocket on spawn. Put him down to 9 HP, but he could recover with those smaller health pickups, but they are only smaller. And against the plasma gun, that's very, very little health to work against. Yeah, Chulsi now very heavy on control. He just needs to take the lead here. He is 1 frag away from just tying Recruit in the scores.
okay. Big moment, I think, for Recruit as he drops onto the red. Shaft out. They're both pretty low. Rocket. Oh, that must have been terrifying for Trulsi. Now, they both want the YA and neither of them feel safe to go for it, I don't think. Oh, the stairs! Trulsi hits the pincer, and that's a huge pincer to hit. That influences so much of the game right now. Not only is it the equalizer, but it's also the YA. But now this fight, not quite going his way. He's going to jump to the Mega. No punish. As Recruit's on the other side of the map getting red, and I still like Trulsi's position here. He's set up defensively for the YA.
Yeah, that first fight for the red, I mean, Recruit just was stuck with that slow field Weeble. And Chulsi put. But they both actually both were pretty low health. Both got a way out of there. Oh, look at Recruit just hitting those pincers once again. Chulsi does get that red. They are indeed tied with the score. They are also tied pretty much with the control on respective sides of the map. Slow build field Weeble again. But Chulsi does come out worse after that. Oh, Chulsi only has health to work with and only 74 stack too. It's quickly revoked by that shaft. And Recruit has again taken the lead. She's getting pickups here and there, but at least like at the same time it's not too high of a stack every time he just faces Chulsi, but now he does have the red. Chulsi in the meantime barely, I believe, a higher stack, yeah. Of course, just try to sneak his way into Chulsi's back here. Oh, doesn't go too quietly on the red, but he does get it. In the meantime, gets the Mega. Spencer just before that to mitigate most of that Mega pickup.
So he does. Trulsi, this is an awkward situation. Again, we've got to talk about the clock. We've got to talk about how comfortable Recruit is looking right now. 95 damage pincer. Yeah, this is getting a little bit rough, Trulsi. I tell you, it's been a higher level game than I was expecting, though. Both of them respecting each other, both of them playing reasonably. Like, neither one is doing dumb rushes. Even this, like, look at Recruit. He's crossing his T's and dotting his I's as he backs away with the pincer on the angle and doesn't get caught unawares by Trulsi there. But again, this is what I mean. It's a high-level match than I was expecting because Trulsi did enter a fight, but also had an exit plan. Now, lower-level players, they don't do exit plans. Recruit gets brought low, but does commit and has the confidence in his own abilities there. It pays off. as Mega should be his, but it's a tough item to defend. It's whether Trulzy is going to attack. He won't. He's going to be sitting on the red. I'm pretty sure of it. He is. And he's going to get out via the pincer, but not before eating one in the back. Recruit. He's kind of bailing himself out with those shots there. He lost his stack advantage, but makes it so volatile that Trulzy doesn't want to commit either. And now Recruit's getting the better of him with these pincers. Mega, YA as well. The better side of the map, without a doubt. Being held by Recruit right now, who likely knows that Blue's next instead. Yeah, so he's setting up for the red and coming through this doorway. Even with that slow field, is going to be really hard. Trulzy disengages, and I don't blame him. But he's not backing up onto anything because Recruit can get to this YA in time, no problem at all.
I like those swift dashes, just like after a couple rockets by Trulzy, you just like deal some quick entry damage there and just falls back. The dash is a very good tool to use.
It is hugely important. Okay, we're about to have golden frag. Recruit or leave him. Leave him. You don't want him dead yet.
Yep.
Should have waited, but hey, he's still sitting pretty at 63. Golden frag activated. Even fancies a push sheer blaster. And I believe rocket will be the only weapons that Trulzy has. Recruit now. 300 effective stat. Just looking for his in. I don't know, it's just so Trulzy's doing spam here. It's very hopeful, but I don't know. I think he has to ghost a bit. He needs to go missing, and he's making too much noise. Now, the YA isn't valuable to Recruit. It will be to Trulzy, though, if he can get himself over there, but then you have to deal with the whole YA trap. Mega goes the way of Recruit, and Trulzy, you can see, just trying to get away. Has the YA in hand. Stacks aren't that different, but, well, Recruit's is massive. One decent rocket, but pays for it with shaft in the back, and Recruit, you can see, just wants this over and done with. Right here, right now, the damage coming out slowly but surely. And this should be Skybreak going the way of Recruit. One pincer will finish it, and that is map 1 of this semi-final.
Very good finish there, yeah.
I've somehow managed to order a 16-pound burrito. I went wild on the extras.
That was actually a very good control from both on that map. Recruit just had,
Game starts in 3,
I guess, more approaches and even the more aggressive approaches with those with that higher stack each time.
I also think that he was putting his slightly better shaft to use in a big way.
Yeah.
Where there were some even fights, and if the fight was even in stack, it almost always went the way of Recruit. Trulzy having a lag out here, boys? Or am I lagged out?
No, I think it's Trulls, yeah.
Poor Trulz.
Oh, I was
This
just
isn't
thinking he was just standing still, but okay, he's actually in the air.
defeat.
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 Defeat. What a...
Trulls has lost connection.
That is superb. Poor lad. Wow. Don't know exactly what we're going to do about this, but we'll stick with Recruit 91. It may be a DQ situation if Trulzy can't come back in time. It might not be, and that would be nice. We'll have to see. So, subscribing with Prime, much appreciated. Big ups, Zoe. It's been a while since we've had a chat as well. Hope you're doing well. What are you playing these days? You return to your beloved Dota 2. Well. Okay. So Trollsy's internet is down, unfortunately. He's on his phone now to give us updates. But yeah, we're just going to be waiting on either Trolls to get back in if his internet returns, or whatever the admin decides. We'll stay with you though. We won't put you on break. Trolls is going to reboot his router. Of course, this is a semi-final. It's a pretty big deal. So do have some patience with both us and Trollsy. Everybody. He is waiting. Recruit.
I am waiting, he says. But actually, I wouldn't be much surprised if there was even power outages in even Russia right now, because yeah, the winter here in Finland at least is quite something already. I mean, we had a power outage yesterday, and I was quite worried myself if I just made disconnect in the middle of my freaking epic casting, and suddenly it's just like very intense moment going on.
Well, I remember it was
That's the third prisoner he hits in a row, and then I suddenly quit.
Happened to me when I was casting the last European Test Tournament Series Teams tournament. My internet just died for like 2 hours. And it was mid-broadcast. It was just gone. And so Jahar had to fill in from the hosting role. And yeah, Jake, for about one map, was just on his own, which I'm honestly glad it happened because it was really funny. He didn't quite know what to do. Come on, Trollsy. You can do it.
I mean, if all else fails, he just has to connect his phone internet into his PC, and yeah, there we go.
That'd be good. That'd be good. So I do believe, yeah, C-Rex has fallen to Karvik, which is, it's expected, honestly. I mean, there's not much I'm going to do to type that up. So that will be Karvik in the grand finals, facing a winner of Trollsy versus Recruit that we hope to be getting back into very shortly. It's currently 1-0 up for Recruit 91, but it's a best of 3. Anything could happen. What can we do to have some fun? What can we do?
Well, it seems Trollsy's back.
Hey, here we go.
Yep, so it seems. I just got a game I connected into and suddenly just realized, oh, Trollsy's moving.
Superb.
Yep, there we go.
Here we are then on Araya. 1-0 up, Recruit 91. Trollsy with it all to do.
And they again get both respective pickups. Recruit just picking up the Mega. Chulzy getting the red. So far it's just collecting weapons until they suddenly face off. They're mid-section of the map. Well, Recruit seems to get most of the damage. I think he actually didn't much do damage against Chulzy himself. But Chulzy decides to actually fall back. Like say what stack he still has left. Oh, look at that. Recruit does get the Mega. Gonna not help him too much, but 43 HP remaining. Again has to fall back. Chulzy, however, very low stack himself as well.
Yeah. Group is going to be on this red. Nothing on the map for Chulzy until that Mega. You can see Recruit just wants to find him. He wants this fight.
Just trying to listen to it. Oh, there we go. Ooh, good splash rockets by Chulzy there. Pincer is hitting magnificently as well. 2 hits already and the shaft from below. Put Recruit down.
Direct.
Yeah, it put Recruit down to 4 HP, but he could actually regain with a single health pickup. And the blue armor.
Yeah, that was... I'm surprised both of them are alive. I mean, one of them should have died there for sure.
Yeah.
But they both walk away limping. Chulzy, a little bit healthier than Recruit, though, who is now, trying to listen out. Gives himself the opportunity at a red if Chulzy doesn't show up, but also safe enough to back onto this Mega. Very intelligent play from Recruit. Slow Weevil out as well with the shaft. I think he's going to do okay here. He does. 47% on the Tickle Cannon. He's absolutely melted Chulzy there.
He still continues to do so. Yep. In fact, when Chulzy immediately spawned, shaft was already out from Recruit, and the accuracy just still keeps going pretty good. 44%. Eventually even did a pincer finish on him, and it's a 2-0 for him.
Big shout outs to Jeff in the chat. El Jefe, legend of the TimCon stream. Recruit with the stack advantage. It goes by pretty quickly until he picks up this red, though, and I think we're going to see some aggression out of him right now, as he knows Chulzy's weak. Maybe not. Okay, Recruit plays very safe there. Not hungry for the frag.
He's got red and Megas just spawning soon. He ought to know that Chulzy is just left with smaller pickups. Just quietly listening to every single step Jules makes. He's actually going pretty aggressive. Yep, there we go. Recruit obviously had the stack advantage there. There's just no other way than to challenge Recruit there on the red. Now he's again on the Mega there, very silent. And a hit with the pincer. Smoke is going to save Chulzy a little bit.
Pretty low scoring affair, but it just feels like Chulzy hasn't had a moment, really. Like, he's been doing a good job not to hemorrhage the frags, but he's also not really doing much for himself.
Yeah.
Recruit looking for this pincer. Very patient with it. In the end, doesn't quite connect, but he's still in a great position. Mega in 3 comes to flush Chulzy out, who'd have been looking for damage on this major, but ooh, Recruit. That's a lot lower than he was expecting, and more damage than he was bargaining for. We'll be on this Mega in the blue, though. And you can see Chulzy had a wonderful opportunity there, but played it safe, went back for the red, get into a contested control situation, but well, Recruit's area of the map was just better.
Just both peeking right that same corner there, just to get a single hit with a pincer. Recruit eventually does get the red. Mega's gonna spawn very soon as well. There it is. Chulzy will fall back for it, but yep, coming the other way around where he just hit that smoke wee ball. Didn't get much damage from Recruit instead. He is just quickly exterminated by those pincers.
Yeah, things are looking a little bit ugly for Trollsy right now. The push with the shaft, Recruit hitting strong, hitting true, and we might only have another 4 minutes left in this semi-finals. It could even be less.
Slow field Weeble. Oh, you do not want to be in that slow field yourself, Recruit. 6 HP remaining. The red barely saves Recruit's life there. As Julesy does go down the much lower stack after that. He does get the Mega on the next life. Look at the rockets. Julesy gets his first frag out of that one.
On the board. What can he do with it though? Already at a stack disadvantage. Hits a pincer. Needs more will hit it as well. The third would have been lovely. Not quite happening though. Trollsy just standing his ground, hitting his shot. 6-2. He's back in this.
Trying to challenge for the Mega there. Julesy again had first the red. Mega's not gonna spawn just yet. In fact, Recruit is the one who actually get it.
Alright, so Trollsy has come up with a new strategy, which is just hit every pincer. I like it. It's straightforward, it's no nonsense.
Especially with that 40% accuracy, it's not too bad at all.
Classic rare.
Recruit. Tools actually knew Recruit was just going to stay there a little bit. Mitigate Tools just stack there even more. Going for a push. Mega will be spawning soon. Oh, just before Recruit can pick it up. Toolsy's indeed very good strategy. Hits up. Hits every pincer, as you already said.
There we go. Another
85 damage.
to finish. Bang! 6-4. Trollsy. He wants to be in this grand finals. And giving himself every chance at this point. He's looking like a different player. I don't know what happened. He just turned it on.
Very much so. Spread as well. He's actually on a higher ground this time. Oh, finally gets to the same level as Trollsy after that Mega pickup. Recruit actually needs in some armor, but those rockets against Trollsy is looking good. But his health, yep, 12 damage with that shaft is gonna cut it.
See, with this 50, he's going to be feeling strong. And I'm sure with the way that he's been hitting, incredibly confident. Just pushing in with that shaft tied up game. Rules. This is not the player we saw on Skybreak or in the first 3 minutes of this map.
I mean, I don't know what he did to his internet, but he's certainly playing better. With this fixed internet, at least. Damage and the chase, especially with that damage. Just continues with Tools. He does have the stack for it almost always. For the first couple, I guess 5 minutes, like Recruit was in a very solid lead there, and even if he died to Tools twice, he just like kept a very good control over both pickups. But this time, well, the tables have indeed turned. Tools again picking up that red there. Well, the pincers are just very devastating by Recruit, though.
Oh,
the direct rocket mid-air. Just before that. He didn't even pick up Mega.
Oh, and he
that is
jumps
gonna
for
be
it.
Yeah, that is gonna be very devastating.
Oh!
Tools nose.
No
Recruit
way.
has no stack indeed. Wow. You're absolutely right. This is not the same gameplay from Tools we at least saw from the last map.
Wow, 8-6. He's turned it around. The mental fortitude, the confidence.
Yeah.
And he's done it with a little bit of style as well. I mean, hugely aggressive, just catching Recruit out. Recruit on that red, though. Truz is going to be on the Mega. We have inverse stacks. They're on a pretty even keel.
Golden frag.
And indeed, the golden frag is for Tools. And Recruit stack isn't looking too good. He is going to make the push indeed.
Here we go.
And Tools still knew that those pickups weren't on Recruit's favor. What a fantastic comeback. That was just...
Casbah.
I clearly see Tools just like build on the moment for a while. I mean, Recruit had very solid control. Even if he died once or twice, he still was able to quickly retain it back. Or even still keep it, in fact. But Tools just... Damn. I guess it just had to do with that strategy. It's just like he hit every single pincer. Over. Tools just said over.
Yeah, overgrowth, I believe, is the call.
Oh.
It's not over. It's overgrowth.
It's certainly not over. It's very much tied.
I almost am worried for Recruit here, because I feel like the momentum is all going to be on the side of Jules.
Yeah. Recruit on the Mega. Already getting devastated. Because he's very much... Might have been on the higher ground, but he was just stuck on that corner there by Tools' shaft. Tools gets the Mega air rocket upstairs. Quickly just revoking that stack by Recruit. He does go low this time. Recruit getting the red. Tools now instead decided to fall back. Oh. Slow field weeball. And Tools just melted that stack. Oh wow. That Recruit just knows he has full pickups. Yep, Tools just had a very unfortunate place to be there. The very corner of the map. Just hit some grenades. Where it is spawning. Yep, there we go. So let's make it. Tools is there first, however. The damage already by the shaft, 264 in total by Recruit.
Both of them are hitting exceptionally well right now.
Yeah.
Has a better position for the Mega here. It's going to be an easy pickup. Now we can start to build some momentum, I think, as Drawsy is firmly on the back seat. Red will be going to Recruit as well. That's both majors and damage, and he can even come and contest this way A. The rocket's not bad, though, from Trolls. Not bad at all, and neither is the Shark. Recruit in a desperate situation. That's not how that was supposed to go.
It's just Tool stack. Afterwards, it's just not too good, though. But the pincers... Oh, damn it. Not again.
Fucking twit. We're moving over to Own 3D, Adam. And we're back.
And we're back.
We're going to be streaming from YouTube, Own 3D, Do You, Cacao Talk. Just do a stream in a Discord server. All things we're going to do because Twitch has failed us. Excellent. I'm just gonna we'll just cast and
Yeah.
someone can hear. All right. Trulzy now with the big stack. Recruit slightly less so. He does have the high ground. Trulzy wants to go up this jump pad to the red. Recruit's thinking about making a dash for it, but I think Trulzy's shaft has proven to be a little bit too good. Here's the pin though, almost there for Recruit. They're both so low. MG comes out, Trulzy comes out on top. We saw a pretty one-sided affair on Skybreak. Recruit trounced Trulzy, and for the first couple of minutes on Rare, it was looking like history was about to repeat itself. But here's Trulzy in the lead in map 3. And I think he's got to be feeling himself at this point. But Recruit's got a good reason to feel confident as well. All of that stat.
They're just like tossing a ball between each other. It's like very, very tight.
Big rockets.
Very
The shaft's good enough though from Recruit, and he won by about his stack advantage there.
So it is tied now with the score and those pincers that Trulzy's again hitting.
Both. Cautious hit. Trulzy hits a pincer. Recruit answers back. Neither really able to commit for the major here.
Nope. You could just jump in for it, but there we go. Recruit finally just falling back for the red. Again, the amount of damage, but Trulzy does have a higher stack because of that Meg and the couple other armor pickups it picked up.
What?
Bounced the splash rocket into a mid-air direct.
That is beautiful stuff. 2 frags up. He's done. I mean, this is amazing stuff from Trulzy that he's done in these last couple of maps. And he'll be on this mega. Oh, hopefully. There we go.
Very good stack here.
It's not a stream until Adam calls out some bullshit in chat. TimCon chat's always enough, but I'm quite happy because I've been on some streams where the Twitch chats were less fun. Ours is nice and friendly. We all know each other. Trulzy with this shaft. Should be the frag. He's going to jump over to the mega. Pincer coming out. The unreturned damage. Well, it doesn't last forever. Trulzy's now 3 to the good.
Damn. And all of a sudden, Recruit's just like pretty much even hopeless, I would say, with the spawns, but he does get Trulzy down with a couple very good rockets. Even if he had a very high stack. Recruit just like picked up a yellow there just to save him. Again, waiting very patiently on the mega. Oh, goes for the jump. Trulzy's not there. Just Diabotical. He's picking up the red. Slow field wee balls coming in. Was affecting Trulzy a little bit. Recruit is still tying Chulzy here very good. I mean, it's again 8-8. Tie it again.
What a series this has been, Recruit. I mean, you'd bet your house on winning that fight, but the rockets were good enough from Chulzy, and now Recruit trying to get to the Mega might have a tough time of it. Oh, gets there in the nick of time. One more cell of LG and he's dead. Now Recruit pushes in with that fresh Mega health, does more damage. Chulzy has to capitulate, and that's Recruit on the Major, now pushing with impunity. And oh, that could well be the pivotal moment that decides this map. We'll have to see. What have you got left in the tank, Chulzy?
Recruit again, very, very high stack. He just was able to get that control back. Oh no, that is a very bad spot to be in. Chulzy does have higher ground though, and very much higher damage than Recruit, I would say. Oh, my God. Oh, when the pincer will finish him off.
So
12 HP though. I think it will be quickly spawning. Here we are. Chulzy could actually hear Recruit there, yep.
we will go quiet.
Yep, very much so.
Chulzy backs off to the way 8. Red or Recruit. Mega next. Chulzy set up for it. Gonna slam out some grenades. Try and control that space. And actually, that was almost like a scout he did with the void cannon there. If he got a hit marker, he knew where he was. Jumps over to the Mega. Recruit has no fear, and Chulzy has to get out of here.
Oh boy. Hella misses that. Pincer down that very small angle indeed. The stacks are pretty even, and so is the scores.
Really are. This is legitimately one of the best series I've ever seen in Diabotical. Chulzy trying from the low ground, not doing a bad job of things, and with this Mega, he will have stack advantage. YA, surely what they're going to be fighting for now. Already gone though, it's Recruits. And Chulzy, he was in a decent situation. It's all got away from him a little bit. Onto the blue. Damage from the blast for those. Good, he's got 80. Call it 150 now. In total, keeping himself in this, and he's earned himself a red armor.
This is just like a best of 3 match you do want to see. Like the first map just being mostly one-sided for Recruit, then couple first minutes of the second map, Recruit just like dominates the controls. Only Chulzy comes back with a very good force, and then this last third map is just a very tiebreaker, but it actually hasn't even broken the tie on the scores because it's 9-9 still. This is the kind of action you do want to see in a best of 3 match.
Yeah, this is superb stuff. We're about to have what is effectively sudden death. Next frag wins. Yellow for Recruit. Chulzy trailing slightly, picks up a blue. Here's the aggression from Recruit. Shaft out, but the smoke weeble surely deters him. And we make our way to the red. Oh no, Chulzy backs away. He wants Mega, but oh, I don't know about this. Recruit has a pretty decent stack advantage. You may well be able to barrel in. Chulzy going to do some spam, but that's Recruit on the Mega. He's up against 200. He is trailing by 130 total stack. I don't like those odds. Chulzy needs to figure something out here. He needs an opening.
here comes Recruit. And that Chulzi has no control over either one of the major pickups.
Yeah, and he just got his yellow taken away from him as well.
Yeah. Here come the pincers.
All right, this is bad. This is bad for Trolls. He's going to get caught out. Shaft is there. Recruit goes to the grand finals.
Yep. Very, very nasty.
Whew. Well,
that was indeed a very good best of 3.
That was superb. That was
How
more than we
many,
can ask for.
How many best of 3s actually been end on a tiebreaker? Both players just like being tied with the score and on, but both players on golden frag. That is just magnificent.
Okay. Karvik versus Recruit. I'm not going to lie to you, folks. This could be a bit one-sided. Now, we hope not. Recruit just proved himself, did excellently well versus Trulzi, but now he's facing a slightly different beast in the form of Karvik, the reigning TTS series. I've just said Test Tournament series. The reigning TTS champion and widely regarded as either second or third best player in Europe. Let's see what Recruit can do. And I think we will be getting right into it. I don't think we should go for a break. We'll Oh, you want to do a restart? Yeah, feel free. Okay, we will be back in just about. We're going to shut the stream down and then we'll bring it back up. Everything's going to be hunky-dory. We'll see you in 5.
Alrighty.
Oh, it's only bloody us. It's only the bloody TimCon lads bringing you this grand finals between Karvik and Recruit 91. It's a slightly different pick ban system than we were expecting. It's pick, followed by 2 bans and a decider. Karvik takes Spire Plant, Recruit takes Skybreak. It's Monolith for Karvik, Rhea for Recruit, and now we're going to be banning Amberfall, Overgrowth, or the other one, Casbah. Amberfall's gone. We are not going to see it today at all. Just not happening. Overgrowth is gone. That means it's a Casbah decider. It's Spire Plant, Skybreak, Monolith, Rhea, and Casbah. We gotta say to Lasnik, the bot has been absolutely perfect all day long until now. Huge respect for making it. It's actually streamlined the tournament process a great deal, and you know, it's one little pitch. Next week, I'm sure it's going to be better, and at some point, it's going to be the most efficient adminning system I've ever seen.
Pretty much, yeah. I myself haven't even seen anything like it. I mean, but it's glad we actually found that weakness, that just one thing it cannot do is grand finals.
Who likes grand finals anyway? They're always disappointing.
Nah.
Right, here we go. Bioplant, we're getting into this. It's Karvik's historically favorite map up against Recruit 91. Now, we saw earlier Recruit's got a hell of a shaft on him, and Karvik was looking a little bit shaky. So I think there may be a chance for Recruit. If Karvik's not quite feeling himself today, if he's not quite on that razor's edge, this could get interesting. Oh, big fight with the pincer. Karvik already with decent rocket damage. What is that? Flick direct midair. RJ's up. Welcome to the show. This is Karvik at his finest. That was liquid Karvik right there.
Always, yeah. Record has just picked up the Mega. It's not too strong of a stack anymore, but like Karvik is even lower on health. Probably up to the same amount of armor. Ooh, that rocket is gonna quickly mitigate some of that stack. But we've got some of it back with the yellow.
Oh!
But the pincer. This is exactly what we expect from Karvik. Those pincer hits are just magnificent. Finally, one misses. Karvik just 240 stack. A recruit only in the safety of a mega pickup, but nothing else. He even has no armor. A pincer, or 2 pincer shots might actually kill him. A Karwig actually does go pretty low on himself against recruit pincers, because falls back for the red.
Meeting with the other blue. Karvik is relentless in this grand final so far. And I think Recruit's actually done a great job not to drop more frag. This is the onslaught, the aggression from Karvik that a lot of people just crumble under.
Mega's up as well, decides to go for the blue first. Recruit's not fast enough, even after Karvik's blue armor pickup, to be there on the Mega. Another blue. Good pincer.
Karvik plays a different game to the rest of us. His pincer just hits. You know that. What?
Ooh.
So quick. Yeah.
Man.
Yes, Karvik. Oh my god, he's so fun to watch.
I mean, I don't know, we already saw Truls in the semifinals just discovering that strategy where he suddenly decided to hit all pincers. I believe Karwig has already invented that strategy. He's mastered it for quite some time. He does have 50% accuracy.
And he's
with the
been
pincer.
shooting a lot is the thing.
Yes.
Like he's not trying to pad the stats with easy shots. See, Karvik just wants to fight. He's just moving around, ready. He feels confident in his combat, and so he should. Through the slow field, he even doesn't particularly mind. Recruit, though, does well enough.
Pretty much well with that red armor, or yellow actually saved him from just being completely cornered there by the shaft. Especially against that high damage Karwig.
No.
Such a low health, but still gets Recruit down. It's barely a very good pincer. And he still keeps on going, hitting them. 57% accuracy now. Ooh, I'll be dead. Recruit finally does manage to push it as Karwig misses 1 pincer finally.
Shotgun's pretty good, though.
Very good indeed. Karwig gets his favorite weapon back. But the rocket just before red spawns.
Mutual direct.
Right there.
Yeah, and that's a big pickup for him. But up against the pincer here, Karvik's making magic happen. Recruit has dodged the final one, but there is no escape. Karvik's going to be on this mega as well as lower blue, and I would imagine upper blue after that too. See, he shows up for the red. He will. Why would you use a pincer there, you absolute madman?
Oh no. I'm just gonna go for it. I believe a health pickup there, but Recruit's rocket and the push with the pincer is much faster. But Recruit himself ends up being on a very low stack, low enough for Karwig to finish him off with a shotgun on spawn. Gets the Megan.
I love Karvik, man.
I can totally see why. Yeah. It's just very, very accurate. Let's go rockets.
Absurd. Absurd.
Red will also spawn. There we go. Not too strong of a stack, but Recruit actually is trying to go for the Mega. He's got no armor himself.
Karvik's an insane man.
Yeah. Oh, didn't decide to go for a pincer there. Goes for the red, but gets cornered by the Recruit's rockets and the pincer a little bit. 32 stack remaining. It's very, very risky now. Especially against either rockets or pincers. There he was. Just there, destructible. by either one of the weapon. Just tries to listen to all those pincers. Tries to listen for each step that Recruit actually just makes, but then these pincers he's still hitting. Accuracy just keeps on going at 50%.
You love to see it. The time, well, it's getting to the pointy end of this map at the 7-minute mark. Carvik doesn't look to be relinquishing his grip of it anytime soon. It's going to be the Mega. It's probably the red. And Recruit is only going to have one more blue to work with before this next fight. And he won't even have that.
Nope.
All right. Oh, and a great rocket. Recruit smells blood in the water, but Carvik doesn't miss.
That was those two pincers he barely missed. Was barely gonna be his demise. Still manages to hit the third one just before his death. With 3 HP remaining. Finally, Recruit though does get the frag. Even got the red there. Tries to make his way to the Mega pickup. He just tries to listen to where Carvik is going. Smoke is in the way. He cannot much see. Oh. He's just attempted to make some fake jump pad he uses there. I'd say he's still on a very large disadvantage here, especially against that Pincer, which still keeps on hitting. 17 HP remaining on Recruit. It doesn't even have much to work with, only health pickups. Oh, he does hit. Where we go over there? Red is going to be his. It's going to get slightly mitigated by that single Pincer hit. Carvik again hit. And those rockets.
Carvik gets the Mega. Such a big moment. And bye-bye.
That is just astounding.
Carvik will get both blues. He's then probably going to be able to get damage on the red. Recruit needs to do something a little bit special here if he's to stay in this. 100 damage. Big plays from Carvik. And look at the confidence. Look at the speed that he comes barreling in. 2 pincers off the mark. The third will connect. And now 1 more for golden frag, but the Mega's there just in time. Recruit still manages to live, but that's a big rocket. And now Carvik 1 shot away from golden frag. Oh, the red just takes him above the limit, but oh, this could be it. And it almost is. Carvik, in very Carvik fashion, will take map number 1.
Very, very astonishing game, I'll be damned. The rail, the pincer accuracy, 54%. Still even like got it even higher after a couple of those misses. But, like there weren't many of them. Even got to hit so many in a row, he got 100 damage a couple times. And I do believe this was also Carvik's pick. Yeah, it was. Bioplant certainly is. Favorite pick. And I could totally see why.
Yeah, he looked fantastic, didn't he?
Skybreak.
Just all the way throughout.
Next map will be Skybreak, picked by Recruit.
Team starts in 3, 2, 1.
Here we go.
Fight.
We are on Skybreak. I'm going to stick with Recruit at the beginning here. Carvik's going to get Way A, he's going to get Mega, blue and red for Recruit. We come to the shaft, as we so often do, but not actually going to be a fight. Carvik got it first.
Those pincers still cannot believe those hits. Recruit does get
Quite
a
something.
blue armor, but another pincer hit. There we are. 24 HP. Splash damage does not cut it. Recruit barely gets the yellow for a bit of protection. Carving in the meantime, quite a lot of health, which is slightly mitigated by Recruit's shaft over there.
Recruit already on the back foot. Hits a hundo though, and almost makes it happen. Karvik though will take the maiden frag of the map.
Karvik now only does only have a blue one, but he did pick up the mega. Ooh. Answered by Recruit there finally. There's only been a single frag in these just 2 minutes here. Expect the Karvik to push even further while Recruit just doesn't, at least didn't have much control of the major pickups there, but now Mega. Well, he wasn't even spawning there where Recruit. Oh, actually, Recruit already got it. Yeah.
Huge shaft damage.
Yeah.
Might get the frag here, even with the red. I think Karvik's more likely to fall. They're both though so low. But this is Karvik, master of the pincer, master of the aggressive peak that, well, most players, they'd say that's a bad idea, but Karvik laughs in the face of bad ideas and wins anyway.
Dude, pretty much at 125 stack, not anymore. Hurricane Rocket just slightly getting rid of that stack. The red pick up by Karvik. Meg is also about to spawn soon. Over the rip. Pincers by Recruit this time. Oh man. Karvik still pushes forward into the yellow there. Oh, here comes Recruit though.
Oh!
A very quick rocket pickup, but the pincers still hit perfectly.
Oh, how did he dodge all of those rockets and then hits the pincer, barely able to see his opponent?
No idea. It must have like a reverse limboed that rocket, just like jumped right over it, a millimeter away from him. Shaft damage by Recruiter is just very heavy this time. Got the health pickup. He actually doesn't have much to work with, only health pickups. Red is right there. A fight over it. Recruit still goes down, and Karvik does go for the very risky play, using the pincer in that range once again.
What?
How are they both actually still alive? But more to the point, how is Karvik still alive? Recruit has had many like shaft streak hits. Very unfortunate ones that he just like hasn't had the ability to keep going up until 0 HP, because Karvik even now is at 2 HP.
And the damage from Karvik, this must be so frustrating to play against, but Recruit fires back.
Does finally get his first frag, and that was magnificent. Finally got first last hit on Karvik. Like he survived so many offenses. There's like, he went down to 5 HP, 2 HP, 3 HP all the time. But finally, Recruit got him low enough and got an opportunity to fire a pincer at him.
Even stacks it. Karvik wants to fight. Yeah. Kind of works out. They trade mages.
Yeah.
Should be YF Karvik, but no, he goes aggressive instead. Shaft on shaft though. Recruit likes that. Very low now is Karvik, but I mean, the man just pulls damage out of his ass. I don't know where he finds it, but just always is doing the damage. Recruit. I think mentally this is such a hard style to play against because it feels like you can make the right decisions and it doesn't matter because Karvik just breaks the rules.
Yeah. Getting very good shaft damage by Recruit. Gets counter damage from the rockets. Pins are barely not hitting. It would have barely been destructible by that, but boy, the direct hit.
Oh, things going from bad to worse and they're starting to look pretty dire for Recruit. It could be as little as a 9-minute game right now.
Damn.
I don't think Recruit's playing as patiently as he was.
Well, certainly not, no.
I think we could be seeing some tilt, but I mean, Karvik has just accidentally jumped over a blue, so opportunity not.
He does get successful pickups, but like executing them even against a low health Karvik is something else. I mean, he does get it, but he's down to 20 HP. There's a yellow armor just to pick him up a little bit. Health pickups. Not much of a stack to work with. Mega is finally there, though. He does get solid control over Mega. Just needs to execute that properly. Very good shot. Real. And there it is. Karvik was a bit too early on that yellow there. Recruit just decided to make use of it as well. Recruit just tries to play safe, tries to know where Karvik is. Always going after each spawn. Rises him out of the corner there with a lot of chef damage. His splash rockets as well. Around half the health of Recruit, not anymore. That's about 25% of the health Recruit has.
Recruit's doing okay for himself here. Has stemmed the bleeding, started something of his own. Mega and Red clash.
Red for Recruit there. Very good stack. Also very accurate shafts, but those pincers again by Karvik, even if it just like pushes forward into close range, just decides to use a very, very risky pincer.
Yeah, he regularly, what I say is like he bets on himself a lot. He just says, I'm gonna hit this, and then he does.
Yeah, and with that, he doesn't actually say, I'm going to hit this. He just says, I know I'm going to hit this. And indeed, he knew it there as well. I bet. Karvik still has very solid control. Low health. Hides behind the corner just to get some cover out of that, and very good finish with the finisher once again. A golden frag. Recruit does get one frag back.
Up against golden frag though, it's always going to be a big ask. This is a great start though, as Recruit hits the direct, a little bit of damage after, but the pincers now coming in from Karvik Blaster as well. Doesn't take Recruit down, but Recruit is left reeling as he is ever so low. Can't risk finding Karvik and needs to get some HP. I'm sure he knows that way A's up, but he just probably thinks it's too much for a trap, and I think I agree, but I don't know. It feels like every decision right now is a difficult one to make for Recruit. Is on the way A. Oh, rockets
no, he hits his own
face,
rocket. No.
Oh. Oh.
That's definitely something you do not want to happen.
That's upsetting. That is upsetting. If I remember correctly, we go to Rhea now. No, Monolith. Okay. Haven't seen Monolith yet today.
Damn. They were certainly. He had a couple great controls with Mega, but like he just couldn't execute it properly against Carwick. I mean, he had very good damage with the shaft and very good attacks with it as well. But like, he never got to kill Carwick. It just always went down to less than 5 HP. No, I'm at least watching Recruit this time. He's hitting some of the pincers, not all of them. Really, third of them. There we go. Carwick does go pretty long. He himself was just like, had no other weapon besides the machine gun.
I'm still working my way around Monolith for some reason. I've seen it a fair few times now, but my understanding of it seems to remain very lackluster. Yeah. Carwick, though, I think I have seen him here before, and he's done quite well.
That goes for Recruit there as well as the Mega.
You know it, the Mug Green. You know it, always. The casting never stops. Probably. Shoutouts to Organ Grinder, by the way. Great event. You should catch the VOD. It'll be uploaded soon, I'm sure. It was on yesterday. And there'll be another one in a month's time. Arena FPS duels of all kinds. Grudge matches are plentiful. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Recruit gonna hit a direct there. Bit of a midi. Carwick, though, still fancies his chances, apparently. Recruit through the telly once again. Eats a pin to Carwick. Can he hit one more? Oh, he can, but it's after the red pickup.
Man. Good splash rockets by both, actually. Recruit just very low stack right now. Carwick only has health to work with. There we go, finally picks up some armor. Both just rely on the minor pickups first before going for the red. And it is spawning. Recruit decides to fall back. Carwick's spam of rockets there was a bit too much. Let's go after him. I don't know if Carwick actually has any idea if Recruit had picked up the Mega or not. But it so seems that he didn't, and Carwick gets that one too. Now he's going for the push indeed. Well, the machine gun.
Yeah. Not the usual way that frags happen in this game, but occasionally they do. Yeah. Carwick with a very healthy stack now. He's got all the weapons too. This is a great situation for him. Not a bad little sequence here from Recruit, though. He's getting some damage done. Dream's dead.
Oh, again. Magnificent.
What a... Carwick slightly lesser on the stacks. Looking pretty in. Oh, hits that shot, and they trade on the second, but that's a great look for Recruit. Mega in 3. He's flushed Carwick out. Should be on that.
He does get the red.
What did you do? Just Carwick things.
Yeah.
Just Carwick things.
Just that's what it is.
Do you want to analyze that for me? I don't think anyone can.
No. At least I can't. Even there, I mean, Recruit. I don't know what he was trying to do with the rockets, but he wasn't completely spamming. They're just trying to be accurate with them. But again, he didn't get Carwick down. It's 4-0 for him, in fact. He does get the Mega. Oh, but look at the stack. It's nowhere near Mega, just got your health increased. Again. I mean, how Incarnation does it always do it? It's like such a low HP. Recruit's so close to getting him. Every single fight, and those pincers just keep on hitting 95 damage. In fact, he's got 68% accuracy with it.
He's doing all right, isn't he? And Recruit, I think, is looking a little bit hopeless at this point. Karvik 9-0 up, looking to sweep this grand finals and claim his $50. He's certainly a deserving victor after this. I mean, Recruit looked pretty good all day. We saw him have a fantastic series of draws, but Karvik is on a slightly different level. GG is called. We have the forfeit, and that is that. Karvik is your inaugural Egg Well Played weekly Diabotical Duel champion. And, well, what an impressive showing it was, which just leaves us to say our thanks and our goodbyes. We'll start where we always start. Arch Rhythm, producer extraordinaire, done a fantastic job as always. Huge shout out to my fellow co-commentator here, Capelli. It's been a pleasure casting with you today. I hope you enjoyed yourself.
Yep, much obliged. It was a very good pleasure to be here. So
And
very intense matches, and I was more than happy to cast all of them. That was fantastic.
it really was. It was a very very fun tournament. Short and sweet. Starts early, ends early, but keeps all the action coming thick and fast. Congratulations to Karvik, and I think the biggest shout out of all has to go to Lasnik for his Egg Well Played initiative. He's funding this, he's admitting this, he made the bot that does it. He got all of us involved, and I think it's a great thing for the Diabotical community. So that is us done for the day. Thank you all for watching, and we'll catch you next time, next week. DreamHack Community Clash Duel on Sunday, and on Saturday, the second Egg Well Played Weekly. Won't be streamed here, but will be streamed somewhere, so keep an eye out. Until then, good night and goodbye.
Yeah, bye.